My mother told me that when she was a young girl, she was part of a canoe club in Kailua Kona called Kaiopua. And their coach was a Mr. Lifty. And they even had a name for the canoe that they paddled, the Va'a. It was called Kaipapa'u, which she said loosely meant sea coffin, because the canoe itself was so heavy that carrying it into the water and carrying it out felt like they were carrying a dead body inside of it. She also told me that whenever she had to go to this canoe paddling practice, she brought food from home that was made by my grandmother. And one thing that my grandmother always told her is that when you're going to your practice, if you walk through the grounds of the old heiau in that area, make sure that you never share your food with anyone. And you see, the location where they used to paddle, and I think the canoe club is still there, is a place called Ahuena, which happens to be Kamehameha's heiau. The heiau back then was a lot larger because there was no Kamehameha hotel. And so every day my mother would walk to canoe paddle practice, and one particular day when she was going, she happened to walk through the grounds of the old heiau. And she said skipping alongside her all of a sudden was a little Hawaiian boy. She said it was really cute, wearing blue shorts with a white drawstring. And my mom said he had the chawang haircut, the rice bowl haircut. He had big, big, beautiful eyes, brown skin, and just this natural energy and a smile. He's walking alongside my mother and he says, "He hakoe ayana." What is that thing you're eating? Pointing to my mother's food. My mother said, "Oh, kapoya me kapua," poi and kalua pig. And so the boy rubs his tummy, his opui. He says, "Oh, pololi vau," and then he sits down. And my mom sits down with him and starts to give him some of the food. He takes a couple of bites, he jumps up to his feet and says mahalo and then runs off. And my mother goes to canoe paddling practice. When she gets home later that evening, the second she steps into the kitchen from the back door, my mom says, my grandmother beat the holy hell out of her. I mean, really beat her. My mom couldn't understand what this was all about, but finally, when the beating stopped, my tutu said to my mother, "Did you share your food with somebody today?" And of course, my mother was afraid and lied and said, "No, no, I didn't." And she got beat even worse. Then my tutu asked her again, "Well, ka'alali ke oi kamea'ai?" And finally, my mother says, "Yes, I did." My grandmother said, "See, I know you did. Why you lie for?" And then a couple of slaps. But at that point, my tutu rolls up her sleeves like this, all the way up to the pocket of the elbow. My mother said she's horrified because from the wrists all the way up to here on both arms are little human bite marks of a child. My tutu told her, "This is why I tell you, when you walk through the grounds of that place, somebody asks you for food, no share the food." That boy was not one small boy, that was a lapu, a ghost. Now, next time you go back, you have to give more food and give again and again every time. But the one time you go over there and you no more food, that lapu can take something else. I knew you was going to be hupo. I knew you was going to lie. So I pray to our ancestors that when you make the heva, no harm comes to you, that it comes to me. And that's why I get all these kind of small bite marks on top of my arm.